Hello everyone, my name is Deyemi Okanlawon, Brand Ambassador, Baker's Choice, Nigeria. Welcome to the very first episode of Baking with the Stars. So on this show, I'm going to be having exceptional bakers and sugarcraft artists create decadent, delicious masterpieces. We will be discussing baking, business, life, love, family, and everything in between. It promises to be an awesome show. What do you expect? I'm the host. So without further ado, I welcome to the show our very first star. She is the founder and creative director, Dainty Affairs, home of impeccable bakery and creative edible arts. With over 15 years experience, Lolade is an award-winning master sugarcraft artist and an exceptional bakery product development, branding, and operations specialist with lines from her bakery in retail stores across Nigeria. She is the host of the very first ever cake show in Nigeria, Caking All the Way, which showcases the richness, professionalism, and diversity of the Nigerian cake industry. Having trained over 1,000 bakery business startups, Lolade is passionate about helping other businesses build capacity through organizational and business skills so that they can build a sustainable career in their cake businesses, both offline and offline, which repositions them for immense growth, profitability, confidence, and impact. Lolade is a loving wife and a wonderful mother who enjoys gardening, singing, photography, design, and animation. Please welcome to the show my dear friend, Lolade Ogunjimi. It's so good to have you here.
So good to be here.
It's so good to have you here.
So good to be here.
It's been a really long time coming, you know. I remember way back when I think you just started your business.
Okay.
I don't know if you were still working or you just left Virgin Nigeria.
No, I was working with Virgin Atlantic.
Virgin Atlantic?
Yes.
Okay, Virgin Atlantic?
Yes.
And then you had started makeup.
Doing makeup on the side, and I was doing the caking on the side too.
And I remember one of the things that, that stood out about your business was your branding.
Right.
Lolade always had these, flyers that were just so beautiful. You really wanted to go there and get your makeup done or get your cakes, created. Yeah, it's so good to have you on the show.
So good to be here.
Welcome. And you're the first person we're ever going to interview. Yeah. We're here today, first episode ever of Baking with the Stars.
Wow, lovely, isn't it?
What are we doing today?
Today, I have, this product we call the RTGs.
Okay.
And RTG is short for Ready to Go Cake.
Ready to go.
Ready to go cake. So for a long time, I was in the custom space where all we did was, my baby is about to turn one. I want you to make one of the designs for a cake. And cakes like that, yes, I love to do them, but they take so much time and effort. And fortunately, we got into the retail space where we work with B2Bs.
Okay.
That's business to business, yes. And I kind of love that space so much. So when we were asked to, produce a product for that particular retail outlet, it wasn't easy for me because I had to calm down, and create a product that would not be too expensive, but still looks the part of our brand.
Right.
Okay, so
you went retail.
We went retail, but it still needed to capture the essence of the Dainty Affairs brand. It is chic, mature, girly, and all whatnot. So I have some of those cakes today, and guys, I'm turning these little cakes very inexpensive. I'll be showing you how I turn it into a wedding cake.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
I can't wait.
Let's go. You do need gloves. That's if you don't mind wearing the pink gloves.
I don't mind. I'm very comfortable with my masculinity.
Okay then. So what I need you to do is you're gonna just help me because these are the RTGs. So you're just gonna help me really demold this cake.
Demold the cake.
So you're gonna take off all the buttercream. Okay, and just place them right here. So just look at what I'm doing with this.
I see.
Place that here. Because all we need is the cake itself.
Right.
Without the cream. It's amazing that when you're eating cake, this is really all you need. But you spend so much time
Decorating,
preparing all the elements. It's all about packaging, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Package yourself, package cake.
So who would want to convert an RTG that's ready to go
Right.
into a wedding cake?
You know, people are really into DIYs now.
Okay.
And usually you will find that some people don't mind an adventure. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so kind of do this as well while I push this.
Is this done?
This is done.
Okay.
This is done. Let me just make sure we scrape everything. So some people don't mind an adventure. But some people are on a budget.
Right. So you just walk into any retail store like Dainty Affairs.
Well, yes, it's available on our website, daintyaffairs.com/bakery. You walk into a ShopRite store, for example, you find this on the baking aisle.
Okay.
Okay. We have them available at Hofmart stores too from time to time. So just pick one up, and so I'm just going to lift this up very soon. But before I do, I want you to mold this one, yes. Or the ice.
The ice. The ice.
The ice.
This is the icing on the cake.
Yes.
We are de-icing the cake. So
You want to take it
at an angle.
not like an angle, not like you're about to
Okay.
show us a weapon, more like this.
Oh, right,
And
right.
just spray off like so. Because we don't want to, kind of
Let me do it.
stress the cake.
I'm so excited. So
Lovely.
something along
Yes,
these
yes,
lines.
yes.
It's coming back to me now. It's all coming back. Well, never mind.
That's so funny.
Yes, it is. I would love to do this with my kids, actually.
And they would love this one.
Yeah, they love destroying
They
the.
just put their hand inside the ice now, keep them out.
This actually reminds me of my mom.
Mm.
Yeah, she used to be one of the best bakers that I knew.
So you're a cake baby, more or less.
More or less. I think I've forgotten absolutely everything about.
You can't forget this thing.
Really?
It's like a skill, you never forget this skill. Look at what you're doing now. It's bringing back, yeah?
It is.
Lovely, well done.
Okay, I think we have.
Just a back corner there. So quickly, we're going to do that for the last cake too. Alright, so it is from here on we begin to look at this amount of buttercream, guys. So much buttercream. So I will take this off in a bit, but let me just clean up my surface area. Alright, so for the sake of TV or video, we have kind of cut the chase and we have this 10-inch cake we have already built up to a certain level. So what I want to do now is add this portion of the cake, the one we have just de-iced.
Okay.
But before I do that, I'm going to take some buttercream and kind of place it onto the top. Okay. I would take my cake lifter and lift this. Don't do this at home, guys. I've become very rugged with cake. Hold this for me, please, dear. So I will lift this up with my hands, place it onto my cake, like so.
So how many inches is this?
This is 10 inches.
10 inches, and the one at the bottom is
10 inches.
10 inches as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So by the time I'm done with it, it's going to look like one perfect flushed cake. So there's nothing to worry about.
And these are both 8 inches.
So these are both 8 inches, and I'll be placing this on the board and building up as one cake. So before I do that, though,
Okay.
let's just kind of.
Do you want to ice this?
Yes, I will ice this. And I've turned some of this white buttercream into
Yellow.
like a yellow, yes. And first of all, I do what is called the crumb coat. So the crumb coat is that that part of the first set of cream you put on your cake that kind of seals in the crumbs.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not looking for anything perfect. It's supposed to look like a rustic cake. When you say rustic, very organic design, shabby chic.
Okay, shabby
We're
chic.
not looking for
Okay.
perfect lines or anything like that. So.
At this point, I'm going to have to ask you one quick question, and you have to answer as honestly as you can. What's your favorite icing sugar?
Baker's choice, of course, now. No, I'm not even kidding. Honestly. I've been using Baker's Choice now we literally grew up with Baker's Choice. I remember as a teenager, we'd go to their store on Allen,
Yes.
and you would sit there, they had everything you needed then. We've just grown up using their products, beyond that, their baking powder,
Yes.
their brown
Brown sugar.
They're just a one-stop solution.
To all your baking needs.
Yes. And that's so important. In the baking world, we really need, vendors that get it.
Yes.
That understand
Yes.
what we need. There's
Because
nothing-
one bad product, and that's it. And your clients aren't going to listen to So true story.
Right.
I once was a sales boy in a store in Akpongbo selling Baker's Choice products.
Really?
I would go to Akpongbo every
I
day.
didn't know that time.
Oh yeah, you did, but you didn't realize that that was what I was doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm listening. Yeah.
And so I wake up really early in the morning, and I head to Akpongbo markets, open the store, bring out it was intense. Now sometimes I'm driving past there and I'm looking and I'm laughing and I'm like, people look at me on TV and they're like, oh, he's so cool. And I'm like, nah. I used to sell markets.
Look at that. And it shows. When you are grounded, it shows. It really does show. So can you see what I'm doing?
Yes.
I'm not even using any.
So I'm guessing that's the style we're going with. It is rustic.
Yes. And that's me just taking the tip of my offset spatula and turning my table and just going around.
It looks simple, but I'm sure it's taking years. I promise you, if I were to try this, it would be totally using patch.
No, designs like this are very popular. Look at that. Beautiful. We're done.
This is nice.
I'm done with this layer.
This is really nice. This is already looking really good.
Look.
So let's place this on the table properly.
Thank you. And that's it. That was what? Roughly
5
less
minutes?
than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thereabouts.
So I'll put this.
Do you need help?
Yes, please.
Where do you want to move this to?
Can you just move it here for me for a sec?
Got it.
Thank you. Can I have that gold board?
Gold board. Where do you want this?
Yes.
Right here?
So for this second part, yes, I think that as well. So for this part of the cake, I'm going to do something interesting. Because I want my cake to slightly look smaller, this is an 8-inch.
Okay.
But I want it to be like 7 inches. So this is a 7-inch ring. And I'm just going to kind of press this in.
We're going to waste this delicious cake.
And eat it. Yeah.
I'm crying. Now, what do you...
So I'll just put that. I think I should get a bowl.
Let me get another bowl. Let me get another bowl.
So I'll just take this off now. And I want you to time me. So I know how fast this is really short. So I need to be careful.
Checking the time.
Okay.
I think I have. Aha.
1, 2.
Set the timer.
So usually for wedding cakes, I love to kind of make the very last layer, the top layer, a lot slimmer. It helps with the silhouette of the cake.
Okay.
So I won't normally stop the wedding cake with 8 inches. I'll normally stop with either a 6 inches, yes, or a 7 inches like this. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this on a board,
Okay.
a cardboard, and I'll tell you why once we get there. So I'm going to lift this cake now and place, but before I do that, I'm going to put some buttercream. So the buttercream also acts like the
Foundation.
like the glue, yes,
Okay.
so that the cake doesn't slip on the board. So I'll lift this off, place it right there. Thank you. So let's put that down. Okay, and then let's take this off there. So you know we have to put buttercream on this before we
Yes.
place that on top. This time around, I'll be using the white buttercream.
Okay. The same spatula or the
You
small?
can use this one. Can you do that for me?
Really?
Can do this now.
You want me to do
I
this?
just take like 2 dollops and just place it there. So you even knew that you had to first of all give it a mix.
Just remember my training. I'm
Just
back
take
in
like
again.
2 dollops. 1, yes, another one. Lovely. And then just spread. I'm not looking for anything perfect. Just like you're spreading butter on your bread.
If anything happens, don't blame me.
Don't be aggressive, but let's see the movement. Move, yes. Move it from one end to the other. Lovely. Well done. You're looking so serious.
Don't.
I didn't do what I think. You're looking serious.
This is an engineering feat.
Well done. I'm impressed, Deyemi.
Yeah.
Really nice. Well done.
You're far too kind.
Lovely.
That's one of the things that I love about you.
Lovely.
You say the nicest things.
Yes, you have to encourage. So I'm going to take the next chocolate cake and just place it onto the first
Got
one.
it.
Let me
Got it.
take this out off the way.
Are we almost done?
Yeah,
See? My well, I'm already married, so it's not my wedding cake. So whoever is out there watching this, maybe at the end of the show, we're gonna tell you how to win this special cake. Okay? So keep watching.
So the first or the next thing I want to do now is the crumb coat. We have so much crumb going on because we shaved off from the side. So we want to seal in the crumbs. Okay, and so this portion of the design is so important, or else you will risk having crumbs all over
Your cake.
Your cake, yes. Done my crumb coat.
Okay.
I'm not going to do the major coating now. All right. If this was like a Switzerland, yes, I'll put it in the fridge to firm up, but I don't need to firm this up. Okay, just expertly apply the cream all over the cake.
If you don't mind me asking, what did you study in university?
I studied English language.
Well,
I majored in English language.
well, it will come in handy.
It does come in handy. We communicate, we speak, and then our course you have to do a lot of reading.
Uh-huh.
It has to be analytical. I don't use a lot of that for our work on cake, but I mean, with the work of cake, you do other things like hire staff.
Yeah.
Make sure you do your marketing.
And you do your trainings.
Yes. You do the training.
Your consulting.
Yes.
You're talking to
All
clients,
that, yes.
especially high-end corporate clients.
Exactly.
You don't want to sound like, yes.
You don't want to sound old.
Exactly. So there's still a lot of work that needs to be done.
For sure.
So the baker isn't just about the cakes. It's the full package, right?
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's a business.
It's a business.
It's a business of baking that you need to understand.
Business of baking.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Especially in this day and age, everything has changed. Majority of our customers don't even come to our store.
They just order online.
Order online or just send them an email and that's it. I kid you not. Wedding cakes, high-end cakes, they don't even know where we
Really?
are. Yes. And that's
It
the
used to be such a
fantastic thing about branding. Once people come into your space and they see how you have arranged things, they respect you
right.
and they trust you. So that's a lot on our part. So we always are under pressure to make sure we deliver.
That's really nice. It used to be such a big deal to have the bride and the bride's mom going to the store, sit down, bring out these really big photo books.
With this Lagos traffic, who wants to do that? Nobody wants to do that anymore. So I've come to the ending portion of this. Alright? Just do that again one more time. And we're pretty much done. Alright, so the next thing now is to dowel this cake. How many minutes was that?
That took us about 15 minutes.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. So we'll take this off from the table. And this is my heavy duty turntable. I've had this table now for how many years? So strong and durable. So I find as a cake maker, once you have the best of ingredients, like baker's choice ingredients, you also need to invest in fantastic tools and equipment. Okay, that's so key. So this is our first, our base here, yes, and then we'll be lifting this up and placing this on. But before I do that, I'm going to put dowels in the cake. So these are dowels rods.
Dowel rods,
yes. And usually we'll just stick this in, but I want to use something a little more modern. So I'm using straws. So we want to place tier 1 on tier 2. And normally we would have to first of all give you some support. Right. But I don't want to use that. I'm going to use something more modern. So I'm going to use something called the bubble tea straws.
Bubble tea straws.
Tea straws, yes. Can you help me with that, please?
Bubble tea straws coming
Yes, thank you. So really, guys, it's just a fancy word for cocktail straws.
I was wondering. I was waiting for you to bring it out, and I'll see.
And you see what this bubble tea is.
How many of those are we using?
We're going to use roughly, it's not a very wide cake, so we might end up using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And then it is important to note that we only use bubble tea straws for small sized cakes. So I can't have this to place on a much bigger cake and it will be too heavy.
Right.
But this is not a very heavy cake, so I can get away with that. And that's the cute thing about using bubble tea straws, is that you just lift up and cut. If we had used the dowels, you need to use something much stronger. Yes. Just make sure you cut it so that it's flush onto your... So what happens with this is that the cake board that we made now sits on this and not on the cake.
Not on the cake.
Yes. So now it's time for us to move our cake. And remember, I have a board on underneath, so it's easy to carry, like so. And then carefully place this onto my cake. And of course, my hand has actually smeared this portion, and that's fine. You can always trust on decoration to cover all of that up for us.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
It's
Yes.
coming together.
Yes, it sure is. So I'm going to take some cream now and put in a piping bag and just kind of make everywhere neat.
I'll get the piping bag. So I have here 2 bags with 2 different tips.
Yes, so this is like a 1M, like a really big mouth. I don't want that. I just want something a little more petite. So I would use a small star nozzle. So you see how it's just taking us roughly what? Under what now?
The whole thing going into the now.
That's just beautiful. A simple buttercream cake design. Simple. And then what's lovely about this is you can get flowers, fresh flowers from any florist, okay? And then just poke the different, what's it called now? Flowers of your choice. So I'm going to just pipe. Like I mentioned, I'm not looking for anything pristine, okay? Just kind of ruching things up here and then just drawing a line. And what I really want to do here is just cover the seam. Like so. There we go. All right. So I always say this, and when I say this, people just have a laugh. Everybody has a good and a bad side. So does the cakes, guys. So you want to look at the portion of the cake that looks the most perfect, that you know, exactly, that becomes the front of the cake. And from what I can see, I think this is a nice front. And then what I need to do is, I normally would do a mark so I don't forget. So I'll put that mark right there. And that's the front of our cake, guys. So now it's time to put some design on the cake. Of course, already it looks very rustic with what we have done, but I'm going to use some wafer paper now. Wafer paper are like, help me get that please, Deyemi. The wafer paper. And yes, the paper just behind. the bunch of papers, yes, and the steamer. Okay, thank you.
You there?
Yes.
Our
Yes, our wafer paper. So wafer paper.
Like edible wafers.
Yes.
It's edible?
You can turn that into anything as it is like that. It's beautiful flat sheet. You can paint it. You can print on it with edible ink, by the way, yes. But what I want to do now is do something called a wafer paper sale.
A wafer paper what?
Sale.
Sale.
Yes,
Like
SAIL.
bulk sales.
Yes, sale. So I'm just going to take the, things have really evolved, I tell you. So you just take flat white sheet is edible.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just going to rip off the edges like so. And what I want to do is take the steamer and then manipulate it. So what the steamer is doing is softening it, adding some moisture. It doesn't like water because water really eats into it. So we just need the steam to make it malleable.
Right.
And then we just ruche it. Or is it called pleating? So you just ruche. I'm not looking for anything perfect, honestly. This is a very rustic style cake. And this is very hot, by the way. The steamer is really hot. So once I'm okay with the design, I put that down. It doesn't look like much now, believe me, but by the time we're done, you'll be pretty impressed.
This is hard work.
It is.
This is hard work. You're standing for at least an hour.
And imagine you have like 10 of this to do in a day.
Oh Lord.
Imagine. This work, it has to be done. It has to be done. So I'm pretty much, I think I will just do one more of the sail. Okay. I thought you would ask me why I'm ripping the edges.
I don't know, because it does give it a certain feel. And
Yes.
You already have to be
Yes,
rustic hair.
yes, absolutely, you're correct.
Besides, the nature and this might represent some kind of flower type.
Yes,
situation.
absolutely. So remember, we've already marked the front of our cake. Okay, then maybe can you just put this
Yes.
on that corner for me? Thank you. So what we're going to do now is take some of the buttercream and now adhere the sails onto our cake. Okay, so again, the buttercream acts as the
Good.
glue. Yes, there you go. Just look at that. So I'm going to do something a bit fascinating now, and this would literally bring this design to life for us. I'll be spraying this cake with some edible gold color. So can you please help me with that? Thank you. Thank you. So what I have here is edible gold with some edible spirit that has been mixed just to make sure that it's working. Okay, and we'll just spray it all over to anywhere we want to have like gold touches. Like so. Look at that.
Look at that. Take a flower petal.
Exactly. Ish.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be lots of brides who will be pleased with this.
Oh yes, of course. Brides these days are well traveled. A lot of them are very minimalistic.
Right.
Okay, and most of them want themed weddings. Oh, I want it by the sea. I want it in the garden. This would be a nice garden type cake. All right. So what I can do from here is I can also take some of the gold and either spray it in some other places around the cake, or I don't want this to fall. Please, can you just hold this for me? Thank you. So I'm going to take this. I just want to use this bowl here, right here. Just pour this right here. So I'm going to ask you to pour some of that gold
In there.
Yes, just let me even do it. Like so. I find gold accents on cakes kind of bring it to life. So already look at how this is coming to life. So I'm going to take some more gold now and literally just lovely. I absolutely love this. And of course, the daintiness in me, I'd love to put stuff like dragées. I mean, you can call it, they're called dragées, okay? I just like to see pearls on top of cake, so we can just add some pearls here and there. All right?
Okay.
And then if I had some glitters too, I'll just spray the glitters around the cake. But we're pretty much done with our cake design.
I think this is amazing.
Lovely.
Yes, in less than an hour.
Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Expertise and
Wow.
skill equals what now? Profits.
Confidence.
Confidence, yes.
Impact.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Lovely. So that's our cake, Deyemi. I absolutely love this. Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you this beautiful wedding cake made from RTGs.
RTG.
You know, it's our first show. It's the Baking with the Stars. We have Lolade Ogunjimi because please, if you're at home, you better be giving her a round of applause. Because I'm giving her a round of applause. Thank you so
Lovely,
much.
lovely.
This is beautiful.
It was a pleasure. Let's just take it all in and just place it on the table. Let's assume that this is the cake table.
Cake table
I wish
for-
we had like a scene. We just put the tablecloth,
Yeah.
you know. And there you go.
Now
Lovely.
come up and I'll present the cake. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for one of the most important aspects of this wedding ceremony, the
Oh,
cutting of the
gosh.
cake. As you can see, we have a two-tiered cake, and we decided what that represents. We have the cake in this is sunflower yellow, right?
This is not
Sun yellow.
yes, sunflower. Is it not? No, it's not sunflower yellow. Let's just say yellow.
Let's just say yellow
Yeah.
and white,
Yes.
and how yellow represents the brightness of your life, and white is the purity, of your
Purity.
union.
Yes.
And then we
The
have
gold, the
beautiful gold.
richness.
Look at the richness, the wealth. Oh, oh Lord.
Lovely, lovely.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome, Deyemi. It's been a pleasure. I've had so much fun doing this with you.
Pleasure having
Yes.
you,
Yes.
mine
Yes.
and
Yes.
my audiences as well. Thank you so much for being here.
Fantastic. So I think we should cut and eat now.
No, we're not gonna cut this cake. No, no. I have fun.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
giving it out.
Let's cut and enjoy this cake on
We'll
this set.
Take the crumbs that we cut out. Thank you very much. We are going now. We'll get it over. Thank you.
Oh
Please
my
be going.
goodness.
We'll keep
Oh
it
my
up.
goodness, Deyemi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Pleasure.
All right. Bye.
Okay, guys, that's all we have time for today. Hope you had a great time baking with the stars, because I sure did. We'd love to hear from you, so please like, subscribe, and share with your family, friends, and colleagues. You can even tell us what you'd like to see and who you'd like to see in our next episodes. Who knows? We just might make it happen. It's been a wonderful time with you. See you next episode.